If candy or nuts were ifs or buts, that would describe this damn season. Children, we were given the finale last night, and I gotta tell you, I was oohed and awed, but I did not get the sensation. This is another video with your boy Matty Rants, American Horror Story Apocalypse, the finale. Apocalypse Then. This was low-key a disappointment. There were a couple of gags and screams that happened. But in all actuality, this still felt like a very short ending to a season that had so much promise to become a two-part season. We could have low-key had a winter break, came back, and continued with 6 more episodes to give us that much more growth with the season that they gave us. Remind yourselves, we started off in some bunker with a bunch of people in, doily fashions, if you want to say this. Then end up finding out the Coven girls are somehow involved in everything warlocks are about. We end up at Murder House. We come back. And that's literally the episode. This was like a Simpsons clip show episode. Am I wrong? Think about it. We literally started off with 15 minutes of we're still backtracking to the actual time frame and the reality that we were supposed to be in. So for me, we spent too much time doing that, and that could have been done in the last episode. But again, I'm being a little picky, and I feel that way, but at the same time, I'm a huge fan of American Horror Story, so for me, I wanted just a little more. But you gave me a lot of good gaggery and goopery, though. I'll give you that. Let's go ahead and start this off, kids. Now, I wasn't prepared for the Battle of the Gingers at the beginning of this. Myrtle and Miss Venable reading each other was worth its weight in gold. Myrtle, of course, has the, upper hand because she's a witch. But when Miss Venable said, "You might as well ask me to describe your hair," that was the ultimate death, to be honest with you. Now, Myrtle got her together with the purples for royalty, not for middle management read. But child, I was done with that hair comment. Myrtle's objective for that ginger fight was basically to get to the Hardy Boys with the worst haircuts on the planet and have Coco and Mallory's ticket to safety while the end of the world takes place. There was a conversation later that happened where this whole Dinah Stevens mess was pulled up because Madison saw her on the side of the bus and figured, oh, this bitch got the TV deal. So she's the one that set us up. And Cordelia says, we'll deal with her later. I don't know if they set her up to be in that same situation like Mallory and Coco. Me and my friends had a little discussion about that yesterday. Tell me what you think about that, or if she was just there because she helped Michael, and Michael was the one that guaranteed her promise to safety in that position. Back at Misty Days, the plan is being put together and concocted by the witches in order to get everything done with Coco and... I want to say Coco Chanel so bad. With Coco and Mallory. So Cordelia decides to give Coco the personality of Madison. This way they can be undercover and no one will know who they are and they won't be hunted down by Michael trying to eliminate all the witches. Coco is like, I have to be Madison, which Madison's like, honey, that's a treat, bitch. But Coco is really sweet, and you guys, we really didn't care for Coco at the beginning of the season, and now we know why. Because she was low-key another Madison, but she's not Emma Roberts Madison, all right? She's not her. So Coco was just like, I really don't want to do this to Mallory. Mallory, you're my friend. You've done so much for me as my sister. That was a really touching moment between the two of them. But, Cordelia blew a little ash in their face, gave a little habba dabba dabba, and all of a sudden, Coco became really Coco Chanel. And Mallory became Walmart. I know a lot of you are like, Maddie, you have skipped a couple parts here. Not really, kids. I'm doing this in my own order, okay? The thing was, the flashbacks, while I guess necessary, didn't add anything for me. It just brought us back to the current time. That was like 15 minutes of that in between all the other stuff that was going on. So let's just say we saw a whole bunch of shit and now we're back to where we need to be, right? Cordelia, Madison, Myrtle, what's up, Michael? What's good? He's sitting there with Rosie the Robot and Dinah, I'm a Traitor Stevens, her bitch ass. I'm still mad about it, okay? Coco's ready to fight, knowing that all she can do is tell them how much they weigh and if they're allergic to anything, because she's not there yet. And then, Mallory, the good witch of all witches, I guess I want to fight. It's on that level. Now, While Dinah has let us know that I'm on the winning team, you know, Cordelia is giving her a little giggle and a smirk, and I think we all knew what was going to happen for those of us who were spoiled earlier in the day. And if you watched the Who's guest starring part, when the credits pop up in the beginning of the show and you saw her name, Angela Bassett laid her entire poos on that goddamn set. Do you hear me? Mother said, well, they had to call the real queen. Wow! Gag. Later on, she used, I'm the HBIC. Marie Laveau came back. I was here for it. Dinah was shook. She acted like, bitch, you don't bother me. Miss Thing turned around and she was there with the machete. Ka-ki-ki-ki-ki, slice. Dead, bitch. Not the one. Now that was everything. That was probably my favorite part. It was my favorite part of the whole episode. And to me, I'm thinking, oh, we got Marie back. Like, she made a deal to get Dinah's soul. Because, you know, Papa wanted that one because she's truly evil versus Marie. Because Marie's not really evil like that. She did what she had to do. Of course, you know, getting those babies from the newborn, ward wasn't necessarily something to smile upon. That was pretty damn horrible. However, you know, when it comes to this situation, Dinah's definitely more of a dynamite bonus for Papa Legba. So I was here for all of that. I was here for it. Well, actually, let me go ahead and get to it. They wore out Rosie the robot. Like, she thought she was getting up to go, and that wasn't happening. They tore her head off. And that happens to Kathy Bates in almost every American Horror Story. Seriously, she gets beheaded. Or she's beheading somebody. Rolls. There was a scene where Michael was holding Miss Mead's head, and it gave me Aliens tease. If y'all remember when she was up there with the android, and it was right before she got in her big robot. Get away from her, you bitch! One of my favorite scenes of movie history, period. Shout out to Madison for actually picking up the gun and being about that life and ready to shoot and kill, because all the rest of them were just on other people like, girl, are you okay? What's going on? And I'm thinking to myself, like, why has no one already started this process of getting this man together? Madison shoots the shit out of him. Yay, Madison. And now it's time to act fast because it's like, how long is he going to be down? We need to go ahead and do some things, change the past, do whatever we got to do. So they're already saying, Mallory, you're going to have to do that same, I forget the name of the spell particularly, but you sit in the, you sit in some hot water, child, and you basically go through time so you can change an event that happened. Just like she tried before, but she wasn't as successful for the whole Russian witch thing. That was just kind of an unnecessary plot device, but necessary for this moment here. Before she can take an Epsom salt bath, Michael gets up and just explodes Madison's head. Like, nothing. Nothing. Literally just looked at her. She's thinking, maybe I'm gonna get a pop in. No. Boop. Gone. All right. All right. Marie Laveau gives him a little blockade spell. That's when the HBIC comic came out. And of course, Angela Bassett, bitch, you were serving for those 5 minutes you were on the screen. But Michael took out your heart and then ate it. And I wasn't ready for that. And I was a little upset, low-key. Because I'm like, damn, we're just going to kill her like that. She just came back from hell. She just got out the box. Upset. Coco comes up behind him while this is all happening here. Stabs Michael. That didn't do shit. And then snaps Coco's neck. So bye, Coco. Bye, Marie. Next. Walking down the hallway looking for witches. Michael. And Michael Myers, he was Michael Langdon in that piece with that long, horrible wig and just trying his best. But give it for what it was. He was doing the damn thing. So while Marie and Coco were being killed, Cordelia was low-key giving the breath of life into Mallory after she was stabbed by Billy Eichner. I almost forgot that part because for some odd reason, Coco's husband needed to still be there and stabbed Mallory. Myrtle set him on fire, child. He said, revenge is a dish best served cold. She says, well, some like it hot. Boom. Yes. Another great moment. I think that was my second favorite moment from the, yeah. First was Angela Bassett with her just coming in and doing what she did. The entire essence of every scene she was in was my number one. Number two had to be Myrtle in that scene. Number three was Myrtle and Miss Venerable's reading session. And I think I'm going to get to my other favorite part next. Basically, we wake up Mallory, we put her in the pool. It's not working. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Cordelia realizes that it's time for her to sacrifice herself, for Mallory to have her full powers, and for her to be able to actually go back in time and to stop this from happening. She had to sacrifice herself. And my next favorite part of this show, Miss Thing. Cordelia gave the speech of all speeches before her suicide. And when she said, "My legion," I can't remember the quote specifically. For y'all who are watching, please put it in the comment section because it was too good on the money. Mallory low-key was in the sunken place and ended up back in time towards the point where Michael and Constance, because Jessica Lange decides to give us Constantine's, even though we really wanted to see Fiona. We all wanted to see Fiona and Marie sitting right there next to each other, but it makes more sense that Constance was the one that would be showcased here. After he killed that priest and that whole moment, and again, Constance being in the face of death and not giving a damn, because Michael was low-key choking her, stopped choking her, and then she just tells him that he's a coward and pathetic, to get out of her house. Constance. Mallory ends up running over Michael. Y'all, I'm serious. We went from Michael blowing up everybody, okay? Mallory going through the water, a dirty little water, you know, it looked like toilet water that hadn't been flushed, low-key. All keys. We have a scene with Constance and Michael's, I don't know what to do. You know, he's giving you, he's giving you Stuart from Mad TV. Stuart? You remember Stuart? No, I don't want it. Yeah, all of that. He walks outside, doesn't know where he's going, giving you bullshit haircut tease again, and gets ran over by, I believe, an Escalade. Was it an Escalade? It was something of a luxury, not a high-end, but you know, it gave you, I spent more than $65,000 on the ticket tease. But Michael was ran over once and then backed over, and then that was it. Constance walks up, "My dear boy, Mommy, help." I believe she said, "Go to hell." Now, ain't that some bullshit for writing? But it's still funny because it's like, well, duh, he would go to hell. But, great moment. Great moment. After all that happened, I'm thinking that's the end of the whole thing. Oh, we're ending it like that? That's a wrap? No. So, back in present time again, or not even present time, but at the time when Mallory would have first shown up at the academy, Mallory is there, and she presents herself, knowing that she's already been there before, but no one knows that she's gone back into the past to then change the future. So Zoe's now alive. Queenie's alive, and also warned and prevented from going to the Hotel Cortez, so we don't have to deal with Queenie's death there anymore. So Queenie's whole timeline is now erased from the Cortez Hotel. Think about that. I was like, thank God. Because I was really pissed off that Queenie was put in that one season just to die that way. But I'm like, oh, I guess they just brought her back to then bring her back again, to have her killed and then be brought back again this season. She was dead. She then became alive. Then they killed her. Now she's alive again. Stop. That's great to see those two as well. But then all of a sudden, Nan comes in with Misty Day. We find out Mallory has pull in hell because she killed the spawn of Satan. Now, ain't that some street cred for you, baby? But Nan brings Misty Day back because, mind you, Michael would have brought Misty and would have brought Queenie and Madison back, okay? So she now has that ability to go in and out of hell to pull out people that she wants to. Get into that. Nan doesn't want to be back. Nan's like, I like it there. She still likes it there. And she's like, I'm happy to see y'all. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Bye, girl. She did mention Madison, but she said, I'm going to keep her down there a little longer. But then, after all of that sweet bullshit, we get some other stuff. Now, if you remember in the first couple episodes, we had that wonderful, couple, the girl, I guess the perfect girl and the perfect boy that were gathered by the Illuminati to, I guess, repopulate the earth or whatever was going to happen from the end of times originally. Now, apparently, they meet by fate this time, not by people putting them together. They start to speed things up. They fall in love. They get married. It's like nice to see them happy. But I had a feeling, and so did everybody else in the room with me at the time when we were watching this, that, oh, bitch, here we go again. All of a sudden, the sky is red. We see crows. It's like, what's going on here? Obviously, they're the new people who birthed the Antichrist again. And sure enough, the Dark Pope and Peppa, who I still think looks like Liza Minnelli with a shitty wig, show up and say, it is brought upon us. I'm sorry, and let's not forget Kathy Bates there and all of her black lipstick and black hair and Kathy Never Again glory. Boom. That is the end of the season. Are you satisfied? Did it fill you up? Are you full of glee? Because to me, they gave us a lot of ooh-ah moments, like I said at the beginning of this video, but they did not really give me some satisfaction. Please, I don't want an Apocalypse 2 now, because if we're about to do this all over again, I'm not ready for that. Long-windedness of unnecessary episodes, which was the last 2. Those could have literally been 1 episode together. American Horror Story, I love you, but this season was good and bad. More good than bad for me. So that's why it's not the most horrible season. It's definitely not the best. If I'm going to put it in the lineup, and I think we were talking about this yesterday, my friend's sitting over here. I'm not including him in this video, but I'm using him right now because he's a prop. I put this at number 4. Coven's my favorite. Murder House is second. Hotel is third. And fourth would be Apocalypse. After that, it's Roanoke. No, I'm sorry. After that, it's Asylum, Roanoke, Cult, then Freak Show. Everybody, list your favorite American Horror Stories in the order from best to worst or worst to best. Tell me what you thought of this season. Are you satisfied? Are you good with your tummy? I apologize if I threw so much snark during this, but it's just, it had a lot of promise. But yeah, that's the end of the American Horror Story Apocalypse Rants, Recaps, and Reviews with Matty Rants. Thanks for tuning in with me here. For those of you who came here through American Horror Story, thanks for showing up and thanks for being present. More things are to come with other shows that we're going to be reviewing. If you're interested in RuPaul's Drag Race, oh, it's about to go down. As me and my co-host Jamar84 will be back again to review every damn episode of this All-Stars 4 coming up, as well as the Hala Slay special, and you already know season 11 is around the corner. We also have some other shows coming up. The Matt and Mar podcast will be available again. I have a full list of things, bitches. Thanks for tuning in. All my hugs and kisses and my best love and wishes to you, your boy Matty Rants. I will see you soon. Catch me live tomorrow on YouTube. Talk to you later, kids.